Hello, welcome back. Statman Dave once again on Onefootball to give you a dose of daily news today. We're going to be talking again about Liverpool, Spurs, both in the Champions League. Then we're going to talk a little bit about transfers. Both Real Madrid and Barcelona have been in the news, and finish things off with a bit of Paul Pogba chat. But anyway, let's get this party started. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Onefootball. So first up, we've got to talk about Liverpool, who beat Napoli 1-0 at home in the Champions League, again eliminating the Italian side to the Europa League and Liverpool going through. Mohamed Salah is back to his best, 4 goals in 2 games. But I think we've got to give Jurgen Klopp a little bit of credit, who's been moving Salah around this season and playing him as a striker to get him back in form. As a striker for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool this season, he's been directly involved in 11 goals in just 7 appearances, 9 goals and 2 assists, but did play on the right wing against Napoli. His goal was fantastic, a classic Mohamed Salah goal, weaving, making a good run in behind, then a very good finish at the near post. But let's move on to the other big parts of the game, and that was the Alisson save that is getting raved about on the internet. I'm not too sure, to be quite honest. I think it was a save that you'd expect him to make. I think the Milik shot was straight at him, but everyone thinks it's pretty good. What do you guys think in the comments below? Was it a good save or a poor finish from the Polish centre forward? Anyway, let's move on to some more controversial things in the game, and Ancelotti is livid that VAR was not in the Champions League group stages this season because he thinks that Virgil van Dijk should have been sent off for that horror tackle on Dries Mertens. For me, it was endangering the player. Dries Mertens could have got a broken ankle from that tackle. Yes, Virgil van Dijk won the ball, but of course you've got to look after the player's health, and that could have been a leg break and ended the Belgium's whole season. So maybe I agree with Carlo Ancelotti, that could have been reviewed and Van Dijk could have been sent off. But unfortunately for Napoli, they have become the first team since Dynamo Kiev in 2004 that have started the last match day of the UCL group stages as group leader and not qualified to the round of 16. They had similar misery last season where they got the most points in the group stage of any team ever, and then they didn't make it through. Poor old Napoli. Let's hope that Carlo Ancelotti can go on to win the Europa League. But a one worry for Liverpool is that Joel Matip has gone to hospital for tests with a shoulder injury, which could see Dejan Lovren play against Manchester United. We all know what happened last time Dejan Lovren faced United at Old Trafford. He was rubbish. But let's move on to some more Champions League news, and that is Spurs through to the knockout stages. A 1-1 draw at the Nou Camp, as well as Inter Milan drew 1-1 with PSV at home, meant that Spurs went through, pushing Inter Milan down to 3rd place. Interestingly for Pochettino, again, he got tactically outdone by Juventus last season in the knockout stages, so it's going to be a big test for him. But Spurs scored a really good goal on the 84th minute through Lucas Moura, good assist from Harry Kane that pushed them through, and I like that Spurs stuck in that game, of course, after Ousmane Dembele opened up the scoring. But for Inter Milan dropping down to the Europa League, it's the first time since 2002 that both Inter Milan and AC Milan will simultaneously compete in the Europa League. Maybe that could be the final. That would be quality. Right, let's move on to some transfer news. Eric Abidal has made an unofficial offer of €10 million to Rabiot. That's the yearly salary, plus a significant signing on bonus. Of course, Rabiot's contract expires in the summer and PSG are set to not retain the player. Barcelona have come in, which is a really good deal. Rabiot not only could provide a good strength and physicality in Barcelona's centre and midfield, but would play a good sort of role with either, the likes of Busquets and Arthur, or of course if Rakitic is still at their Nou Camp next season. But Spurs apparently are also set to bid for Rabiot in the January transfer window. If PSG want to make some money out of the deal, they could be forcing that one through. Again, Rabiot would be a cracking addition to the Premier League or La Liga. Last little bit of transfer news, Real Madrid are set to offer $10 million for Brahim Diaz, the Manchester City attacking midfielder, whose contract again is set to expire at the end of the season. Real Madrid want to move a little bit quicker with this, accelerate the deal through. For Manchester City, will it be more a Jadon Sancho deal or a Kelechi Iheanacho? Get into the comments below. Is it going to be a good move for Diaz to move to Real Madrid now, or should he have stayed like Phil Foden at City? So, Onefootballers, let's finish things off by talking about Paul Pogba, who apparently is shocked after being benched against both Arsenal and Fulham. It's a real interesting one for Mourinho this season. Paul Pogba is a man that's suited to a 3-man midfield, but United look better when they play a 4-2-3-1. Again, playing that midfield pairing of Matic and Ander Herrera against Fulham looked quite good. It allowed the likes of Lingard, Rashford, Mata to combine with Lukaku as a front four. Having those two guys in midfield can provide that pressing nature in midfield, the aggression when we'll press, when we'll hold. In terms of tackles and interceptions in that game against Fulham, Ander Herrera racked up some crazy numbers. 5 tackles and 9 interceptions. And I think for the game against Liverpool, I'd probably go with that midfield pairing to give United a bit of aggression in the centre of the park and allow the likes of Lingard, Rashford and Lukaku to combine on the counter-attack. But get into the comments below. Do you think Paul Pogba should be brought back into the team against Liverpool? I've of course been Statman Dave. If you're new to Onefootball, smash that subscribe button and of course like that goddamn video. Until next time, Statman Dave, over and out.